From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for December 8th, 2016. Today we're going to be taking a look at the AUDUSD, the Australian, versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. I'm going to start all the way out here on the weekly time frame because I think it's important to get this long-term perspective first as we whittle down to the lower time frames. Take a look here on the weekly time frame. This currency pair has this long-term red trend line. It's been going in place since early 2013. You can see the top of the trend line way up here at the top and then coming down. It's going to be vitally important as we get into the current time frame down here at the bottom right-hand corner of the chart. I just wanted you to see where that red trend line came from. Down to the daily, there's that same trend line coming into play. So now you can start to see why I have that there, because it starts to show us that the market's been toying around with that trend line for several months now. It's been underneath it over here, it's been above it here, and now we're underneath it again. So we're still toying around with that long-term trend line. Let's get it in a little bit closer here on the daily time frame, and now you can see there it is again. There's that same red trend line. So I think it's important for us to realize that we're challenging and testing that long-term weekly trend line. As long as we're underneath it, I think we could be looking for opportunities to go short on rallies into resistance. And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for resistance and an opportunity to go short into that long-term trend line. I've also taken Fibonacci here on the chart of the last little leg of the trend. I'm going to put a black X at the top of the chart here, right there, that high where the black X is, down to this low right here, bottom of that little blue trend line, is the Fibonacci range that I have measured. What's interesting is about the 382 Fibonacci retracement level sits at 74.90, which again is right there at the top of this little green shaded area, and the 382 and where that long-term red trend line comes into play there. So some interesting things lining up here right into the green zone. We can look back in time and see historical resistance, congestion, support around that same green shaded area as well. You look back here to the left where the black circle is, you can see some historical resistance into that area as well. So we have historical resistance, we have the long-term red trend line, we have the 382 fib, all stacking up right here into the green zone, showing us resistance. Let's go ahead and zoom it in one more time. Actually, let's go in twice. I think that would be better way to look at it. Now you can see that blue box there. We've been stuck inside this blue box for a few days now. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days have challenged, maybe even 9 days if you take that one there, challenged it underneath this green zone, 74.75, 74.90 as resistance. So as we've been discussing in the live trade room, as long as it sits within and underneath here, we're looking for an opportunity for this to turn around and go back down because of that long-term trend line. If it breaks above it, then of course we look for it to go back up. So right now, as long as it's within and below it, I'm looking for opportunities to go short. I am short at 74.75, which is the bottom of that green shaded area. Take it down to the 4-hour time frame. It's not going to change it any for us, but we can really get a sense of what the market's been doing with this green shaded area. Resistance, 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 and even now finding resistance and falling off it a bit. Our target, of course, is first off the orange shaded area. If it makes it all the way down to 74.40, 74.25 gives us an opportunity to protect profit on the way back down. Of course, we'll look for it to break through there, target back down to the blue shaded area, and if it can break under the blue zone, which happens to be the last major support that you see over here on the left, I think we're easily looking for it into the 7,300 level, if not lower. So we'll be watching for those targets lower as we are trading short here on the Australian dollar. And the only risk that we have right now is that the market changes its mind, breaks above the green zone, and starts going back up towards this yellow shaded area. So I'm short from the resistance, looking for it to go down, protecting profit on the way down. The risk, a break of 74.90 and turning back higher for the Australian dollar today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.